is Michelle. I'll be your safari tour guide today here on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, there are those lovely animal spotting guides above your heads to help you ID any of the animals we may see today. You may not see all, but I got some good luck on board, so we'll see what's out there. But a few reminders, please remain seated at all times. And we also want to keep our hands, arms, feet, and legs inside as well at all times. We also want to keep our volumes down to a minimum. We also don't want to call out to any of these animals. We want to keep them nice and safe as we are entering their homes. It is going to be their space, so we want to keep them all nice and happy. Even though it's close to Halloween, we don't want to spook them. So we'll keep our volumes down. But is this anybody's first safari? Raise your hand high. Oh, well, welcome. Every safari is different, so if you're here for the first time, welcome. But if you're here back for another time, welcome back, as there's always something new or cool to see out here on the reserve. But our first destination will be the Little Ituri Forest, where animals will be hiding deep within the bushes and trees, both left and right side. So keep your eyes peeled once we enter on in. We're just waiting for the warden to give us the go-ahead to enter the reserve. Looks like we are about to enter, so here we are entering the Little Ituri Forest. There's going to be lots of trees and bushes here, so keep your eyes peeled.
A hog monkey. It's a mixture of a hog and a monkey, you know, and they have those.
Starting out here on the right side is the okapi. The okapi is actually related to the giraffe, not the zebra, because they have a prehensile tongue, which is actually currently using. That tongue is used like a finger to munch on those leaves and bushes nearby. First ever picture taken of a wild okapi was in 2018, so that camouflage is quite unique. Compared to over here on your left, you'll have two antelopes. The light brown ones are the greater kudu, while the red ones with the horns are bongos. Greater kudu only live about 8 years old in the wild with that beautiful coloration, those stripes kind of resembling the light shining through the leaves and bushes, kind of similar to what the bongo has. But the bongo is also known as the ghost of the forest because those horns are pointing backward, allowing them to run very quickly throughout the forest ecosystems, not getting caught on any of those leaves or bushes nearby. Keep your eyes peeled on this far left side. You may see somebody hanging out over here. Hopefully. Sometimes their camouflage is quite amazing. If not, I don't think I see anything right there. That is quite alright. There is a saddle-billed stork kind of hiding here on the right side. They stand about 5 feet tall, named after that beautiful yellow coloration on their beaks, looking like a saddle. Now, they don't have vocal cords, so when they want to speak to one another, they'll actually just rattle their beaks, which is quite cute. Very impressive. I don't think I see anything on the hillside over there. That is quite alright. All these trees and bushes help them stay nice and hidden from predators, all of these animals out here. So you can help them out by reducing, reusing, and recycling paper, or also switching over to bamboo on both left and right sides here. Bamboo is a grass species that grows about 3 feet a day, so very abundant and also much stronger than paper, so it makes a great replacement there. We are about to leave the Little Ituri Forest, though. We're going to head on over to Safi River. Safi River will start on the right side of the truck, then the left, and then we'll cross over it onto a bridge. So keep your eyes peeled down below for any animals hanging out this way. As we are about to see a plethora of birds on the right side, which just means a lot of them. But I'm only going to talk about my favorites, which are the pink-backed pelicans. Pink-backed pelicans like to hang out in a large group called a pod, where there's over 500 pairs or over 1,000 individuals within a pod. And they're going to be these ones with the larger beaks and larger feet, kind of hanging out on that far right side of the river there. They'll also hang out on the islands with their little nesting areas, but they're kind of showing their pink backs there if you look on their backs. They're kind of hidden under their wings, but that pink color grows much brighter during nesting season, almost like they're blushing. Oh, look at them. They're so pretty.
No, they aren't.
I keep your eyes peeled on this far left side. It looks like a bloat of Nile hippopotamuses up ahead. Now, that's what we call a group of them. But they are very large animals. But they are known to eat about 90 pounds of vegetation a day because they only eat plants, not meat. 90 pounds is as big as a baby can be once born.
They're down there.
So keep your eyes peeled over that way.
We'll go by them eventually.
They will also like to hop or walk along the bottom of the river bodies to help them out. They'll conserve their energy that way instead of swim. They can swim, but that's just another way to help conserve their energy there. But they will also stay fully submerged within that water because their heads have their eyes, ears, nose, and mouth all in that area,
I can't
helping
see
them
them.
navigate with just their heads.
You can kind of see them. Oh yeah, I see that one.
Is part, yeah, me too. River. So keep your eyes peeled down below for them. looks like their head went somewhere there. There it is. Kind of hard to see, but you can also see them at the Gorilla Falls walking trail as well. Just make sure we all remain seated though. We are heading over to my favorite bridge in the world, known as Crocodile Bridge, because there's some Nile crocodiles here on this far left side. Now, these are the Nile crocodiles that are going to be about 16 feet long. Our truck is only 13 feet long though, so they can grow longer than the length of our truck, which is quite amazing.
Oh my
Using the straws to help them cradle their eggs to help them hatch, or they'll also crop them open to keep themselves nice.
Oh my god.
Similar to when a dog pants, but we can tell those are crocodiles because of their cheesy teethy grits. Their teeth are always pointing out, so shiny and pearly. Compared to alligators, alligators have an overbite, so those upper lips completely cover their teeth. But that's the difference between the two lovely reptiles over that way. We are leaving Zombie River, though. We're going to head over to my favorite ecosystem in the world, known as the Savannah. Very large ecosystem with few trees, but some of them can be quite large, similar to this one here being the baobab tree, also known as the upside down tree because those branches look similar to roots there, staying leafless for about 9 months out of the year to help conserve its energy, holding about 35,000 gallons of water inside of that trunk. Hence its second nickname, the tree of life. Some animals will actually poke their horns into the tree to drink that water, kind of like the tree of life in the middle of Animal Kingdom. Does anybody know how many animal carvings are in it? Any guesses?
13.
About 320. Nice guys. It's really cool. My favorite being the ant carving. But we are heading on into the savannah, that very large ecosystem that can run for hundreds and hundreds of miles. So all the animals here kind of work together to make the savannah the savannah. You have animals grazing on the grasses, giraffes munching on the leaves up top, and elephants bulldozing down trees. So it's a nice, wide, high open ecosystem where animals here have to have adaptations or abilities to keep themselves nice and cool, but they also have to run very quickly out here to get away from predators. But out in the distance, you do see a dazzle of Hartman Mountain zebras. That's what we call a group of them. You may notice 2 of them are much smaller than the other ones. Those are 2 babies on the reserve, only about 4 months old right now. With their beautiful white bellies, it looks like we will get a nice, better view of them up ahead in just a few moments as we go around the bends here. But all of their stripes are unique, kind of like fingerprints to help ID who's mom, dad, sister, brother, and friend. And their adaptation or their ability to stay nice and cool out here on the savannah is their dewlap, which is just that hanging skin under their necks, which we'll hopefully see once we get over that way. Any extra surface area on an animal helps them stay nice and cool. But we're going to check out this den side real quick on our left side. Don't think I see anything over that way. That is quite alright. Like I said, every safari is different, so sometimes you may not see some animals in some areas. Kind of just depends on the safari or the time of day. We are going to head on over to these large mounds by the Hartman Mountain zebras, but also look on your far left side, you'll see the sable antelopes, the emblem of our reserve, sitting in that circular formation with their horns pointing outward, always ready to protect themselves, just like we protect the animals here on the reserve and out in the wild. Hence, they're the emblem of our reserve. It looks like the Hartman Mountain zebras are hanging out by these large mounds called termite mounds, made of dirt, dung, and spit. So once the sun dries them up, they can be as hard as concrete. So some of the animals will use it as a nice little scouting post or a little bird's eye viewpoint to overlook parts of the savannah, which is quite impressive. But look at the babies, they're so cute. Munching on all the grasses. You can kind of notice their dewlaps under their necks there. So precious. But over here on the left side as well, you'll see the elands. The elands are the tallest antelope on the savannah, standing about 5 feet tall to those shoulders. And from standing position, they can jump 6 to 9 feet high. So they can jump over Shaquille O'Neal if they wanted to, which is quite impressive. I'm quite jealous of them. I can only jump like an inch high, which is quite embarrassing. But we are driving under this beautiful tree line here, created by the tallest land animal on Earth, the giraffe, standing about 16 to 20 feet tall with an extra foot of length on its tongue, which is why those tongues are that dark bluish purplish color, because they'll actually eat all day long, which is so precious. They only sleep about 30 to 90 minutes of the day out of a whole 24-hour period. So they will actually eat all day long, sometimes standing right in the middle of the ride path thinking about that next leaf they want to eat. We call that a giraffic jam at times. Look at it. This is the Maasai giraffe. Your animal spotting guide does say reticulated giraffe, which is a little bit different than the Maasais. Maasais have beautiful patchier looking spots rather than smooth round spots. But they're both giraffes, being the tallest land animal, with those little bumps on top of their heads, known as ossicones. Ossicones are those skin-covered bone areas. Starts out like your ear, that squishy cartilage material, and then goes into that bone. Both female and male giraffes will have these, but only the male puppy will have them. I giggled because there is a giraffe jam up ahead, but it's okay. The giraffe has moved, so we are going to keep on moving here. That is quite amazing. So sometimes they'll walk right on the right path. Hopefully this one stays on that far left. Is munching and munching, which is actually a very healthy motion for them to do. Shows that they're nice and healthy. Here it is right here. Look at that beautiful view. Look at this. So pretty. Now hanging out next to the Messiahs are these wildebeest. Wildebeest are the second most densely populated animal on Earth, right behind humans, because they travel in large herds with over 1.5 million in a herd. Now these herds are called a confusion because only the first 2 or 3 actually know where they're running to. The rest will run blindly. But in those herds, they travel in huge migrations every year where you can actually see the dust storms that they create from satellite images. So you can see them all the way from space, which is so fun. But it looks like those giraffes were hanging out in that large roof called a tower. And if they are acting a little silly like today, we'll call it a tower of terror because of that height. But it looks like there is one more wildebeest over there. But if you notice between those palm trees, those large horns, kind of hard to see, but those are to the Ankole cattle. They have those beautiful large horns that are actually very lightweight, only weighing about 12 to 13 pounds, compared to the wildebeest horns weighing about 16 to 20. And that's because they have a honeycomb structure inside, helping them stay nice and cool with those beautiful blood veins running right through, giving them a nice cool breeze, similar to that dewlap on the Hartman Mountain zebra. But we are diving deeper into the savannah here, into some new animal territory. Still part of the savannah, but we're going to see some huge red clay walls on the right side. Hopefully, oh look, over on your far left side. Kind of hard to see, but the mandrill monkeys are actually out. The mandrill monkeys are really cool. They're hiding behind that bush there. Hopefully they'll pop up one more time. Maybe not. Oh, but they kind of look like Rafiki if you didn't get that quick glance of them, with that beautiful coloration on their faces. But Rafiki's a mix between a mandrill and a baboon, which is why his tail is much longer than those of the mandrills. Mandrills only have a tail about 1 inch long in comparison. But they do have that tail, making them the largest monkey on Earth. They're really cool. But we'll talk about those red clay walls a little bit more, as we're going to see much more red clay walls up ahead. Home to the African elephants. The African elephants will actually use their beautiful ivory tusks to gnaw at the red clay walls like a rake to then eat the red clay. Gives them lots of good vitamins there. But did you know that everybody on board today is also using red clay? We use it as the mineral coltan. Coltan is used in all of your electronic devices like phones, cameras, smartwatches, TVs, etc. So it's super important to us humans in our technology era to use coltan found in red clay. But as you can see, these red clay walls are super tall, helping the African elephant stay nice and hidden from predators or danger or poachers. Poachers like to poach them for those ivory tusks, which is actually making the African elephants endangered, meaning that there's not many of them left on Earth. But as you can see, there's tusk marks both left and right sides from those African elephants going down this way to eat at these red clay walls. So it's super important to those lovely African elephants far left side. They're hiding way back there. And to us beautiful humans as well, trying to use all that red clay and coltan. So we want to live in harmony with one another. So we like to promote conservation. Conservation is just the goal of keeping the balance between all the animals on Earth along with us humans, so we can live in harmony with one another. You can help out in 4 main different ways. You can reduce, reuse, recycle everything you use. You can also limit your use of resources like turning off water when brushing your teeth. You can also switch over to more conservative products like bamboo versus paper, or if you're able to, you can also donate. Specifically here in Animal Kingdom, if you donate to the Disney Conservation Fund, it's an amazing organization helping out with those African elephants over there. For example, the Bees and Elephant Project was an amazing project done with them. But even if you just round up your total at any merchandise location, it helps out because Disney donates the same amount you do. You get a little fancy button for doing so, like the one I'm wearing because of that. But Hakuna Matata, no worries if we're not able to donate today. That is quite a-okay. We are doing the first step of conservation, which is learning about these animals. So, for example, those African elephants love to hang out by these water sides with their beautiful large ears, kind of used like a fan to help themselves stay nice and cool. Those trunks are just their upper lip that have more muscles than your entire human body. They'll actually come over to the watering hole sometimes and grab about 5 to 6 gallons of water inside of that trunk to hold, kind of like a straw when you put your finger over it, to then pour it in its mouth or on its back. But there's also the greater flamingo hanging out over here by the watering hole. They are the greater of their species, being the tallest, 5 feet tall, with this beautiful light pink coloration to them. That takes about 2 years to develop after eating lots of brine shrimp, which is their main part of their diet there. Now, that's how you can tell the age differences between them. The ones with that darker pink color are going to be much older than the ones with that white gray feather to them. Those round parts on their legs are actually their ankles. That's why they're able to stand in the silly positions that they do sometimes. But they are social animals, as you can see, hanging out in a group called a flamboyance, which is so precious. We are heading away from the watering hole into some new territory up ahead.
Whoa, look.
But keep your eyes peeled. Oh, never mind. Keep your eyes peeled on this far left side as we enter into some rhino territory. There are the white rhinos up ahead, actually crossing the ride path. So we're gonna hang tight here. Oh, maybe not. We'll see. They were crossing the road over there. It was so cute. We'll hopefully see them as we keep on going. But the white rhinos are a little bit different than other rhino species with these beautiful flat lips. So they're more of a grazer. They're also hanging out by that ostrich over there. But the white rhinos hang out in a large group called a crash. Because they're a little blind, they can only see about 10 feet away from their eyes, which is very precious. But the ostriches are the fastest land animal on two legs, running about 20 to 30 miles per hour, with those little wings kind of acting like a steering wheel to make those sharp, crazy turns. But the horns on a rhino are made of keratin. There's two more on your right, one here on your left. Keratin is the same protein that's found in your hair and fingernails, so quite a strong material there. They'll also use some wood or sort of termite mounds to kind of shape their horns, but they'll also create these huge mud puddles here on your left side called mud wallows. We call it mud wallowing when they create these and play in them because it keeps them nice and cool, similar to a poolside, but they'll also cover themselves in that mud like a natural sunscreen for them. Looks like that one's about to hop in. Oh, so precious. Get that nice look. But we are going to head on over to some more speedy animals. Over here on your far left side, you'll spot them, the cheetahs. The cheetahs run about 70 miles per hour with those four legs. So they're kind of sitting there with those branches there on your far left side. But they have that beautiful black coloration that actually helps absorb sunlight. Kind of like a natural sunglasses for them, especially under their eyes. But they only run that 70 miles per hour in short sprints, so they don't run for a long time. They don't have a lot of endurance, but they are hanging out. More of them are over there on your far left side. They are solitary creatures, but if they are part of the same family, like brother and sister, they'll kind of tolerate each other's presence. We are heading over to a huge rock structure up ahead, though, where we'll hopefully see somebody laying up here, getting a nice bird's eye view of the savannah in order for their next meal or just to protect themselves, getting that nice bird's eye view. We're actually going to go around the whole rock formation here, so we'll hopefully see something up there. If not, Hakuna Matata, no worries. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Also, on all these bushes and trees here on your right side, there is a couple more white rhinos up ahead with their beautiful flat lips. They're actually named flat-lipped rhino, but it was actually translated wrong to white rhino. Forget from what language, but they are really cool. You can actually kind of see that mud covered up all on them from them actually hanging out in that mud wallow recently. We are, look at them, they're so cute. We are going to keep on slowly going here. Keep our eyes peeled on that far left side. Hopefully we'll see something over here. Maybe not, but it's quite okay. Every safari is different. Don't think I see anything up there. Oh, can y'all see it?
Oh, yeah.
So that's probably the lion over there. Y'all are sitting a little bit higher than I am, so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. But the lions sleep about 20 hours of the day. That helps conserve their energy with all that fur all over them. Now, they will actually sleep that 20 hours, but towards the afternoon and evening, the lions, the female lion specifically, the lioness, she'll actually do the hunting, while the male lion will actually go back and protect the territory. But keep your eyes peeled, you'll actually see Pumbaa over here because Simba in Swahili just means the lion. But look at them, these are the warthogs, the largest mammal to burrow with their little horns on their faces, helping protect themselves. With their horny legs, they'll stick their toes straight up, which is so cute. But they are actually very adaptable to change, meaning that if a predator is nearby their burrow all day long, they'll actually wait till nighttime to have their first meal of the day, making them not endangered or threatened, which makes them so unique compared to other animals that need a little bit more help to have their meals of the day, which is why conservation is so important. But look at the ostriches hanging out over here. They'll also kind of use that dirt as well, kind of like a little dirt bath to help them stay nice and protected. Beautiful view of the crash of white rhinos over there, hanging out, grazing on those grasses. But the warden has let me know that they recently laid some eggs, the ostriches did, over here somewhere on the right side. There they are, so each one being about 3 pounds. If you were able to stand on one, it would not break because they are the larger, stronger eggs on Earth. Fun fact, if another ostrich wanted to lay their eggs, they would lay it right next to their nest because they are very social animals. They like to help protect each other's eggs. We are leaving the savannah though. We are going to head over to the warden's post though next and see what they have in store for us for today.
That's cool. Yeah.
So keep your eyes peeled on this beautiful far left side. You're actually going to see some Nigerian dwarf goats. Now they make some really good milk and cheese, so the warden will actually collect those items with the truck, sell them back in the village, which is good for economic reasons, but also good for nature as they don't take up a lot of farmlands. Now that's just how they talk. They love to play with one another. They're so precious. But that's one of the ways that the warden promotes conservation since they don't take up a lot of farmlands. There's also the rain barrels collecting rainwater, the yellow hanging box, part of the Bees and Elephant Project, acting like a beehive or an insect hotel, giving insects habitats to live in. And also all of those clothes on the clothesline, helping save electricity by drying those clothes outside. So hopefully that inspires you guys to bring conservation to your own homes and your own backyards. Those are just a few ways that you can help out. But speaking of home, our time is slowly coming to an end here. So here in Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye because that's way too final and far too sad. Here we say Kwaherini, which just means to go well. So I hope you all go well, my friends. Asante Sana, so much for joining me. Once more, my name is Michelle here from Georgia College. Just recently graduated with my degree in environmental science. So I love hanging out with the animals. Asante Sana. I love hanging out with the animals here and I love talking about them, especially the water bugs. We didn't see them today, but they have some really cute heart-shaped noses and they love water. They drink about 5 to 9 gallons water a day, which is a good reminder for you guys to stay nice and hydrated out here in Animal Kingdom, wherever your next adventure leads you to. But if that didn't make you thirsty, I don't know what will. So definitely head over to any quick service location in any Walt Disney World park for that ice cold cup of water for free. Definitely use that to your advantage there. But if you are looking for something to do, another animal encounter here in Africa, the Rafiki's Planet Watch is really cool. It's a 5-minute train ride over to the Conservation Center where you can earn 6 Wilderness Explorer badges and pet some of those Nigerian dwarf goats, which is so fun. If you are a Wilderness Explorer on board, you're probably looking for that safari badge, that code word. That code word is going to be Simba1, SIMBA1. It's just the name of our truck, Simba1. But otherwise, Kwaherini, everyone, having a great day here. Make a difference out there, stay hydrated, go wild, and have an amazing day. If you have any questions, my window is quite literally always open, so come over and ask.